hear you. And I can only imagine how difficult it must be to even think about leaving when you are so afraid of their reaction. The fear of what they might do or say can be paralyzing, especially if you've seen how they can manipulate, guilt trip, or even threaten you in the past. You've probably been conditioned to believe that you can't live without something bad happening or that they won't let you go peacefully. It's a real fear, one rooted in the power dynamics of the relationship. But here's the thing: staying out of fear of their reaction is keeping you stuck in the toxic cycle that is only going to hurt you more over time. And the longer you stay, the deeper the damage can get, both to your mental health and to your sense of self. It's a tough situation. I get it. You're trying to protect yourself from the unknown, and that's normal. But what I want you to really think about is what not living is costing you. It's costing you your peace, your mental clarity, your happiness, and your autonomy. What might be even harder to face is that the person you are afraid of has probably trained you in some way to fear their reaction. It's a tactic that many toxic people use to maintain control. They make you feel like you need them or like your life will fall apart without them. They might make threats, emotional or even physical. They might say things like, "You'll never be able to find someone else," or "If you leave, I'll ruin your life." But that's their manipulation, not your reality. Here's the truth: you have the right to leave. No one has the right to control you, to make you fear them, or to prevent you from living a life that's free of fear and toxicity. The reaction they give you when you decide to leave doesn't reflect your worth or your decision to take care of yourself. It's a reflection of their inability to let go of control. But I know that fear is not something you can just shake off. So let's break it down. Anticipating the reaction is often worse than the reality. A lot of times, we fear a reaction that hasn't even happened yet. We assume they'll lash out, cry, beg, or become violent, and that fear keeps us stuck. But even if the reaction isn't what we expect, the longer you stay in the relationship, the worse it gets. At some point, you have to ask yourself, am I willing to sacrifice my mental and emotional health to avoid this fear? I know it's terrifying to step into the unknown, but you might be surprised at how strong you really are when you start prioritizing your own well being. You don't need their permission. Their reaction doesn't determine whether or not you deserve to leave. The fact that you're considering leaving means that you know deep down that this relationship isn't healthy for you. You don't owe them a big dramatic explanation. You don't need to convince them. And you don't need to stay because you're worried about their emotional response. You only need to make sure that you are safe and that you're taking the steps that are best for you. Prepare for emotional fallout. Living a toxic relationship can bring out a range of reactions, and some of them may be intense. They might beg you to stay, make promises to change, or try to manipulate you into staying with guilt and promises. Or they might get angry, defensive, or even threatening. In these moments, it's critical to remember that these reactions are theirs, not yours to carry. It might be difficult to witness, but remember, it's a reflection of them trying to hold on to power, not a reflection of your decision to leave. Your peace, your safety, and your mental well being matter far more than the momentary discomfort of their reaction. Get support. You don't have to do this alone. Reach out to a trusted friend, family member, or a therapist, a coach who can help you through the process. If you're worried about their reaction, having someone on your side who supports you can give you the strength and clarity to take that step. They can also help you create a plan for living safely if necessary, especially if you fear any physical retaliation. Understand that your fear is valid, but it doesn't define your actions. Fear is natural, especially when you've been in a relationship that has made you feel trapped. But you are not powerless. You are not at the mercy of your abuser's reaction. The more you stay, the harder it will be to break free, emotionally, physically, and mentally. The longer you tolerate the toxic behavior, the more your confidence, self worth, and intuition will erode. Fear is trying to keep you stuck, but your courage is what's going to free you. At the end of the day, it's about choosing your pace, your safety, your happiness, and your right to live a life free from fear. It's scary, it's hard, but it's worth it. On the other side of that fear is your true self and the person who's strong enough to take back control of their life. No matter how intimidating that next step might seem, you can do this. You deserve more than what this relationship is offering you. Your life, your peace, and your happiness are waiting for you on the other side of that fear. And you don't have to face it alone. Take that step when you're ready and take it with the knowledge that you're worthy of so much more.